Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys are well and that your family's okay. The time has come. Next week on Friday, it's the first preseason game, and with that comes the schedule for the new season. Now, the NBA has only released around half of the schedule, so around 39 games from what I've been told. I haven't seen the schedule yet, so we're going to get my first thoughts and my first reactions to it. And I hope that it's an easy road. Usually, obviously, because we're not a playoff team and we're on the lower end, pretty much a lottery team, usually we have a lot of stretches throughout the season where we're playing multiple playoff teams at a time. Now, with the whole traveling concerns and things like that going on, maybe we'll have a couple of back-to-back winnable games where we can catch a rhythm and hopefully carry that momentum against a tough team. But we'll see what happens. One thing when I look into a new season is I like to take into consideration the previous season. And what I mean is that usually when you look at a schedule, when you look at other teams, you probably tell yourself like, yeah, we should definitely be able to beat that team, right? But the problem is that when you look back at the schedule and you look back at the win-loss records against those teams, it doesn't always come out the way you think. So, for example, we are arguably in the worst division in the NBA right now because we have to play against the Sixers, the Celtics, the Raptors, and the Nets. If you look at our record last year against those teams, we were 2-11 against them. And those two wins came against the Nets without Kyrie and without KD. And you know those two players are driven by the social media, by Knicks fans, and they love the banter. So against the Knicks, they'll probably bring their game just so they can make sure that they can quiet the fans and they can talk trash back to them, with their burner accounts and stuff. But then you look at other teams, right? You look at teams that are with us in the lottery, like the Bulls, the Pistons, the Wizards, Hawks, Cavs, and the Hornets, and you tell yourself, all right, then we should be able to beat those teams, right? Well, if you look at the schedule last season, against those 6 teams, we were only 9 wins, 11 losses. And we got swept by the Hornets last year. So it's not easy predicting schedules, but with every year comes optimism. Every year comes things can happen, injuries can happen. Players might be resting more often than others. The teams that went into the playoff last season that had a deep playoff run might be resting their players early on. And again, who knows how the schedule is. So we might have an easier road at first, or we might have a difficult road at first. But we'll see. Hopefully we have a lot of winnable games in a row. So I'm going to pull up the schedule right now. I'll let you guys know. By the end of the video, you'll see a tally in the bottom of how many wins and how many losses I think they're going to have. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible. I am taking into consideration the fact that, once again, we're going into another year where there isn't that much team chemistry. We're going into another year with a new coach, a new system, and without as many days for training camp and preseason games. So I'm taking that into consideration, but I'm also taking that into consideration for other teams. Okay? So just real quick, I'll go real quick, rapid thoughts. Pulled up the schedule, and here we go. First game against the Pacers, I think we'll win. We'll win that game. I think they've made some moves. The whole Victor Oladipo thing. We'll see what happens. Sixers, no Ben Simmons. I think we could steal that game at the Garden, first home game. Bucks will lose. Cavs, I think we'll win. We were 3-1 against them last year. I think we should win, especially since who knows what the roster even looks like. They have a bunch of guards. Raptors will lose, even if it's in Tampa. Pacers at Indiana will probably lose that game. Hawks, that'll be a tough game. If they don't have the chemistry, we might be able to win. But we'll see. We were bad against the Hawks last year. Jazz will probably lose. Thunder, I think we can win that game. They blew that team up. A lot of young players. We can win that game. Nuggets, loss. Hornets, hope we win. Hope Gordon Hayward ruins their chemistry. LaMelo Ball will be, doing his thing, but we'll see. I think we can win that one. Nets game, we lost. We're going to lose that game. Cavs again, hopefully we win. Celtics, we'll see what Kemba looks like. We'll see what their chemistry looks like. I'm just going to pick the safe side. I think we'll lose that game. Magic, I think we could win that one at home, even though no crowd. I get it. Warriors, we'll see if Curry's available or not, if he rests that day or not. It's in Golden State, so he might take that one off. You know what? We'll win that game. We'll win that game. We're gonna win one good game. Kings, I think, will win. Blazers will lose. Jazz will lose. Cavs will lose that Cav game. Clippers will lose. Bulls, first time. At Chicago, I want to say we'll win that game. Tibbs comes back. Team will play for him. We'll win that game. We have a back-to-back against the Bulls in Chicago. Okay. We'll lose that one. Blazers will win that one. Heat, tough. I think we'll lose. Heat again, back-to-back again. I think we'll lose that one too, unless Jimmy Butler sits one of them. But we'll lose both of those. Wizards, I think we'll win. Rockets, we'll see what happens with James Harden, but as of right now, he's still on the team. I think we'll lose. Hawks will lose. Magic will lose. Spurs, I think we can win that game. Timberwolves, depends on that night, but I think we can win that game. Warriors will lose. Kings, we'll lose that game. Pacers, I think at this point of the season, this is pretty much nearing the end. I think we can win that game. Pistons, we'll win that game. And the last game, Spurs, I think we'll win that game as well. All right, so March 2nd, that's the last game so far that's been released. Hopefully, I mean, yeah, it sounds, I don't see Phoenix here. There's a couple of teams. Oh, I don't see the Lakers here actually either. So yeah, Mavericks are not here. Okay, there's some teams that we don't play, some tough teams that we don't play. We only play the Bucks once. And again, division rivals, we only play them a couple of times. So I think it's not that bad of a schedule. Again, it's a crazy season. Anything can happen. But it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was going to look. Yeah, that's good. It's all about chemistry. If this team can develop chemistry, if Randall does not work well and they make a decisive decision on him, but who knows? Anything could happen. I think it's a feasible schedule for them. But at the end of the day, we'll see. Season starts on Friday with preseason. You'll have my reactions to that. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And once again, the socials are in the description. Please follow if you're free. Let me know what you think. Once again, have a wonderful night, everybody. Take care.